Alright, guys, let's talk about why a lot of people just hate the Godzilla anime version. And there's a lot of reasons. And of course, I'm basing myself from a lot of things that a lot of Godzilla fans have said, have talked about in YouTube videos, their reactions, their thoughts, and of course, my thoughts. So, number one, it has to be with designs and no battles. Going into the movies in Japan, obviously in the theater, a lot of people came out unhappy, not surprised, very disappointed with the battles and anime designs and everything. They were pretty much promised something that never came to fruition. And a lot of this has to do with Toho and not the designers or the director from the movie from the first, second, and third. Believe it or not, there was actually an article or like a pretty much a link where the director pretty much explained why there was a lot of hate towards his anime films. And he explains that he Toho was pretty much straightforward and told them that they did not want any kaiju battles in the first, second, and third anime films. And that is kind of sad because that really, really hurts the director, the designers, and pretty much this anime film. And it could have been really, really fantastic, with the designs that they had. They are very interested in all that, but some designs are questionable. And I think that's what a lot of fans also hate this film is because they really disappointed us with how Mechagodzilla and King Ghidorah look. And even the director himself admitted that he's not a really big Godzilla hardcore fan. He doesn't really know much or everything as you would expect from a Godzilla hardcore fan. And he says that he was just doing what he thought was right and look cool to his eyes. And that's what I told you guys of like a few months ago, that pretty much what they might find to be cool and awesome and a good design might not fit with us. And everyone has a different thought process, everyone thinks different, and that's just normal. Everyone has different opinions. You might like this, they might not like this. It's different, but I really do not see why Toho told them no kaiju battles. I mean, what's the whole point of having Godzilla as a title name? It's pretty much about Godzilla. You have to have epic battles. And the main points are, I think a lot of fans could agree with me, and that the animes or the Godzilla anime did not deliver in battles, designs, and that really, really hurts this anime or the anime itself, like as a whole, because a lot of fans, especially in Japan, were expecting to see a lot of battles going in. And you can pretty much tell, man, the ratings for the movies were bad. The only one that sold pretty good was the first. The second one did not do that well. The third one, who knows? It's about to come out on Netflix. But you can pretty much tell every single person that went to see Godzilla, Planet Eater, or all the anime films in Japan or saw it on Netflix, what was their reaction? Sad, disappointed, not happy. What the F is this? Is this Mechagodzilla? Is this King Ghidorah? What is this? Confused, anger, a lot of mixed reactions, especially with Mechagodzilla. I think a lot of Kiryu or Mechagodzilla fans were really, really hurt and disappointed with the design. A lot of fans were making memes that, this pretty much does not look like a Godzilla or anything, but this should have just been a different monster kaiju in itself. They could have called this a different type of creature or name or robot type of battle type of defense monster to fight against Godzilla. I don't think Mechagodzilla was the right name for this design. If anything, they clickbait us and mislead the fans with a lot of posters, especially in the second movie, where they were hinting that there was going to be a epic battle between Mechagodzilla and Godzilla Earth. Even with the poster, you could see Mechagodzilla in the background, which turned out to be a city. Mechagodzilla was never in the movie. I mean, there was a form of Mechagodzilla, but physically he never fought, he never did anything as Mechagodzilla, you know. He was basically a city, a very smart, intelligent, super powerful um, city that could think by itself. And it was pretty much trying to take over Earth and kill Godzilla and infect other people. And it was pretty interesting. I will give it that. The concept, I mean, the idea and everything was very interesting. It's something that we have never seen done before in any film or anime, but yeah, a lot of fans were not happy with that, and I think that really brought down the sales, especially because going into the second film, a lot of people were expecting more action, better things than the first film could ever offer. And I really don't understand why Toho did not allow the directors to have freedom. Yeah, it's like pretty much you're giving someone like or you were giving a task to do a Godzilla film, but the director or someone above, like Toho tells you, okay, you have the rights and everything to do a Godzilla film, anime film, whatever, but we don't want you to include any battles with kaiju. I mean, what are you supposed to do? What is a Godzilla film or anime without kaiju battles? It really does not make any sense. It's like having, a big title without its main point, like a video game like Call of Duty. It's like saying this is Call of Duty, but there's no guns, there's nothing in the game. It's really sad. And for Planet Eater, we already know the memes as well. A lot of people are not happy with how King Ghidorah looks, especially because we were teased that we would get a full or a second version of King Ghidorah. And that is the case. We do get to see a second version of King Ghidorah, but only for a few seconds. And it's mostly like a type of hologram King Ghidorah. It's not physical. You can't actually touch it. It's kind of weird how he's very long like Shenron, and he gets defeated very easily. The battles are not interested at all. They don't last long. And that's what really hurts this film. I was expecting, me personally, I do enjoy all of the anime films for the storytelling, and you can obviously tell that they focus more on the story side because obviously Toho told them. But you could definitely see like the difference between action and storytelling. And I told you guys, every single review that I have done from the first, second anime film, I told you that I enjoy the movie for the storytelling than the action, because we really don't get to see a lot of action, and there's so many questions that haven't been answered, like what happened to King Ghidorah, like why isn't he like physical, like why is he coming out from this black hole or portals, whatever you guys want to call, or the voids. It's kind of weird. We were expecting to get our like traditional three-headed dragon with wings, his legs and everything, and no, it is kind of disappointed. And I think this could have been one of the best anime Godzillas out there if they would have offered or given us, the fans, good designs, a good storytelling, which they obviously did, but even better, they could have gave us a lot more action between kaijus. And if this was Toho, they should have went all out. They should have brought all of the monsters like Anguirus, Orga, Destroyer, Gigan, Burning Godzilla, like multiple versions of other kaijus. The destruction in anime would have been amazing. And I think the choice that Toho took towards this anime was the downfall of this, because you telling the director or the designers not to include action in this movie was your biggest mistake you could have ever done. And if you guys do not believe me, you guys can search it up in Google or look it up on Facebook. There was actually information where the director pretty much talks about why there's a lot of people hating on these on his anime version, the trilogy, or whatever you want to call it. and he explains his thoughts and everything, and that's when he says that Toho did not give him access to battles. That doesn't mean that this Godzilla anime film doesn't have any fans or people who actually enjoy it for what it is, because it does. In reality, it does. There's a lot of people who like Godzilla Earth, his design. There's people who even like Mechagodzilla City, who like King Ghidorah. Why? Because it's something fresh, interesting that hasn't been done before, and that's what they like about this anime film. And others just like it because of the storytelling. There's multiple reasons. There's always going to be people who hate it, who love it, who like it, who don't really care. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. And this pretty much looks like a filler until Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Toho just wanted to give something back to the Godzilla fans, just to keep us busy, until Godzilla King of the Monsters. Which is kind of sad because they really could have made this anime film the best ever, and it was a failure. To my eyes, it was a failure, even though there's a lot of people that like it, and for the most part, a lot of people hate it. There's more haters, more people that are super Godzilla fans that were not happy, and you could definitely tell in their faces by how they talk about this anime film. Just look at Facebook, when you compare this to King of the Monsters. The amount of hate that this actually gets is crazy. Go on Facebook, there's a lot of memes, there's a lot of people hating on it, there's a lot of people super mad, and they compare this to other designs from Toho, and yeah, I could understand both sides, people who like it, people who are not happy, but that's pretty much it, guys.